Good morning, Mr. Ajaz. My name is Regis and I represent Part A. The blue economic policies are implemented by Indonesia's government with fishery management. This policy can ensure the sustainability of marine resources in Indonesia. The Indonesia's government has divided the water into 11 WPPNI areas. This area is stand for Wilayah Pengelolaan Perikanan Negara Republik Indonesia. It's a fishery management area used for fishing, uh, fish breeding, and the research and development of fishery activity. The first approach the government try to do is to try to avoid overfishing activity. So the government has set limit on fishing activity. It's only allowed to catch 80% of total fish in WPPNI areas, so that can ensure the remaining of 20% of fish stock has adequate time to recover back. So at the same time, avoid the extinctions of the marine resources. The policy aims to regulate the distributions of fishing activities and balance the development of fish resources throughout whole areas. So the second approach is the collaborations with marine agencies such as the Ministry of Marine Affairs and Fishery, MMAF, Navy's Marine Police, together to build out the system they use to monitor, control, and surveillance fishery activity. So this system is a MCS. So one of the MCS system is vessel monitoring system, which allow officials to monitor the movement of fishing boats during fishing operation at sea. So the last approach is the regulations of permissible and prohibited fishing tools that's used to conduct fishing activity. So, according to the Marine and Fishery Ministerial Regulation Number 71, Permanent KP 2016 indicate that fishing tools such as Pukatarech, Gogo, Scottish, and Chatang are disallowed to use for fishing activity because it may cause to the destructions of marine habitats and threaten the extinctions of marine biota such as prawns, corals, and shark. Thank you.
Hello and good day to my lecturer, Mr. Aizam. My name is Monekwan. Today I'm going to be presenting about the critique of blue and economy. The critique that I found is the tourism and local community. The three aspects of blue economy: development, tourism, and mining. The development that I only bad is the port tourists. Why? Bad is the port is good, but they only mostly invest in the port. In tourism, it's mostly the privatization. Since the government gives all most of the business to the privatization, the local community cannot earn most of their earning. Therefore, they need to sign with the private company to earn, or they have to find other way. Therefore, this leads to the unemployment and the poverty. Next is the cost and development. The cost and development that we do is the animal husbandry, coral farm, investment for the infrastructure for alternative energy. The alternative energy is like a wind, biomass energy. Some of the local farmers say that they doesn't receive any investment from the government, and therefore this leads to no new additional job. Why there are no new job? Because there are no investment. And also there are bad harvest. Why the bad harvest they suffer? Bad harvest like a seaweed is not reliable or quality is too bad to be received. And lastly, the shortage of food. Why the shortage of food they suffer? It's like not enough fish because the economy enforce the rule to allow how many fish they can be catch or not allow. Therefore, the fishmonger or the fisherman cannot catch any fish for their family or earn any earning to buy food. And most of the people, Indonesia is surrounded by sea and a very small island, and their food is mostly rely on rice or maritime product. Therefore, a stop to the fish will stop also their food. In conclusion, blue economy is good, but there should be give much more benefit to the local that instead of the business or the country sometime. That's all from my part. Thank you.
Good morning to Mr. Azam. My name is Ang Chilok, and I will presenting about advantage and disadvantage part. In advantage, I will list out 3 points. The first one, which is alignment in fishermen and fish farmers. The microeconomy of fishery business, especially fishermen and fish farmers, must be improved in tandem with macroeconomy of the marine and fishery economy. Not only must economy grow in the blue economy be able to enhance people prosperity, but it must also be able to increase economy income for fishery and fish farmers. Next, which is innovation and technology. In innovation and technology, that serve as enabler, allowing fishery management strategy to become more effective and produce more than ever. This is in line with the blue economy principle, which advocate for the use of effective innovation method while still protecting the ecosystem and environment. The third one, which is ecosystem and environment sustainability. Fishing method that do not damage the environment, which prevent overfishing and do not capture small endangered fish and generate minimal waste. In fact, if the environment is affected, high fishery economic growth will be useless, and there is no guarantee that economic growth will continue in the future. Next, I will going to present about disadvantage. First, which is illegal fishing and overfishing. One of the disadvantages in maintaining national fishery is the threat of overfishing. Many marine areas in Indonesia western and central regions such as the Malacca Strait and so on. According to the statistic, 90% of the world fish population have been entirely depleted or overexploited globally. Illegal fishing and overfishing in Indonesia caused the number of fishing households to drop by half in just 10 years. The second point of disadvantage, which is marine debris issue. Marine debris issue, especially in plastic waste in the ocean. It has drew the attention of environmental activity in recent years. The last one, which is limitation of expertise and technology. Indonesian governments lacks qualified expertise on marine affairs, therefore become a limitation or disadvantage for sustainable fishery management. That's all for my advantage and disadvantage part. Thank you so much.
Good morning, sir. My name is Tan Wei Xiang. My student ID is 1805330. For my part is areas of improvement. There are two parts that can be improved, which are encourage sustainable fisheries management and introduce expertise and technologies to limited region. First, encourage sustainable fisheries management, which means improve current and future threats through fisheries management system. So the first step is to plan the management system and set up the rules and regulation. The use of law and regulation to regulate illegal fishing and so on. Strictly punish fishermen or the general public who violate the rules and regulation governing fisheries. However, plan restrictions on fishing and illegal fishing are not enough. The government must advocate planned farming in order to better implement the fisheries management system and achieve the management objective. Next, introduce expertise and technology to limited region. Indonesia's government must introduce or enforce expertise and technology to those limited regions in order to ensure the policy which introduced by them can be sustainable to the marine. Besides that, government can educate small-scale fishers to use the modern technology as a fishing operating tools, as well as ensuring the sustainability of the marine. In addition, because Indonesia is the large archipelago nation in the world and a lot of citizens is employed for the fishing industry. Therefore, Indonesia's central government should share the policy progress and expertise with their local fisher and regional government in order to ensure all the fishers can receive the policy progress without mistaken. So that's all of my areas of improvement part. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Adam. I am Lim Kai-shun. Today I would like to present the suggestions for betterment towards sustainability. First of all is use the renewable power resources to reduce the carbon footprint. Blue economy, which implement in Indonesia's is fishery management policy. This policy is not only to focus on the fishery port, it also need to focus on fishery port management, maritime transportations, and other needs and others maritime activity. For example, we suggest Indonesia to use renewable power resources within its maritime operations and maritime activity and port management, such as introducing green port policy and use the solar or wind resources as it light and heat resources. Beside that is commitments to implement marine and fishery management. The government of Indonesia must intensify some policy or acts to enforcement against the illegal fishing activity. Besides that, Indonesia's government also can introduce some policy related to the fishing activity, such as the volume of ocean resources per vessel, the fishing trip per month, the type of fishing tooth. In addition, Indonesia's government also need to focus on implement of technology and innovations in fisheries management. In fishery management, government must ensure that the technology and innovations employed in fisheries and maritime management is sustainability for maritime and reach the fishermen's applicated stage. Besides that, the such technology and innovations included e-cash data system, near real-time data analysis, and adaptive quota management. That's all from my part. Thank you.
In a conclusion, in a nutshell, it can be seen that there are many pros and cons, alright, after using the implementation of the blue economy on Indonesia. But the thing is, as stated above by my group mates, is it really worth it to keep on implementing this project or this initiative at the risk or even at the cost of the livelihoods of the locals around there, even affecting their livelihoods and their earnings and things like that? For me, I feel that if there is no the recommendations that are proposed is not taken into effect, in the long run, the blue economy will cause more disadvantages than advantages towards the country. Why do I say this? Yes, in the short term that we can see that the maritime activities are improving, tourism is improving, the tourism rates and all, but the people or even the locals, staying around the ocean, where the maritime activities are their only source of earning, they are the ones suffering. Then in the long run, it would definitely affect a lot of factors such as even the tourism, even the maritime activities, because maybe the locals do not want to do it anymore, where they feel they can't survive by doing this job or this activity as a source of earning. Hence, I feel that it's strongly advised to make some improvements and changes if the government still wants to implement this blue economy project in purpose to actually grow in the economical aspect and things like that. Alright, hence this is my part, which is a conclusion where the final notes would be for Indonesia to take into account the recommendations that have been proposed and go on with it and proceed. Hence, this will actually profit them or even help them grow in every aspect, such as, yes, the maritime activities, the tourism, and even to take care of the locals, to take care of the locals' feelings, to ensure that their business is growing, and to give them the praise that they have, because after all they are the ones that are managing this. So thank you. This is all from me.